Hey, that looks like
So
iClub Biz.
how about that? It does look like iClub Biz. And welcome on this rainy night, rainy, cold night in Raleigh, North Carolina. I hope some of you are having a little better weather than we are. We've seen snow today and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, but by
Well,
gosh, we know it's always an exciting and hot time when we get into talking about iClub Biz and being able to build businesses. So let's
yeah.
go for that, and we'll ignore the snow and the cold for the moment. So my name is Cheyenne Kramer, for those of you who may not know me or not be familiar with me. And I'm the crazy person who brings everybody together on Friday nights. I've been involved with iClub Biz since basically 2012. I got involved then. It wasn't the right timing for me, but thank goodness with iClub, once you're a member, you can stay a member for a very long time. And it came back around for me about a year ago when I finally started to see how it fit into the bigger vision for me of what I wanted to do. And so since then, we've been meeting on Friday nights and trying to share some information and just get more people working together collaboratively to build some residual income. And my thing is, I encourage people to figure out, is there a bigger purpose, a bigger vision for you that you should be engaged in the world to help make the world a better place? There's way too many people who are sitting around and waiting for politicians and such to save us and to fix things. And I know that there's a lot of geniuses out here who can help to change things and make things better. We don't have to wait on anybody. So that's what I like to talk about with folks when I'm working with them one-on-one is, what's your why? What's your passion? What's your Friday night essence? Something you love doing so much that you'd even do it on a Friday night and instead of just kicking back and having a beer in front of the TV. So congratulations to all of you. You're here, so you obviously have something motivating you to do something than just kick back and relax for the moment. But there's time for that as well. So I always try to make sure that I give a little bit of time to just making sure everybody understands what iClub Biz is and why it is something that many of us are getting more and more excited about as we go on. This is just a wonderful program that allows anybody to get engaged and learn how to build residual income. I love the fact that Jeff Evers, the owner, says this is a program designed for the individual. And he's designed it so that even when we're in difficult economic times, that people can get engaged and become part of this team and start building income. There's no reason not to. People can join this program for as little as $5. Now, most people join it through ordering a product. That's the beautiful thing. You can do one or the other. If you order a product, whether it's our travel club or whether it's something like iWebatool, then you automatically become part of the opportunity. There is no additional fee to become engaged in the opportunity. So the travel program is awesome. My husband and I have used it several times this year. We've gotten back more than the $25 that we spent to become a member. We actually spent that back around 2012. So we've been with that for a while. But, you know, one-time fee and you're a travel agent for life. Anybody who's using Expedia, Priceline, hotels.com, anybody who's using websites like that to book their own travel, if they're not getting a check back from those sites, they're missing the boat, because Jeff Evers will give them a way to be able to access those sites as a travel agent, and then you get a check back every time you book on those sites. So just make sure that you understand it's that simple, and it's a wondrous thing. We have a colostrum product that is wonderful if you've never tried it. Anybody who's looking to boost their immune system, we're going into winter here. We got cold and flu season. People, I have a friend right now who's got bronchitis and pneumonia. You know, if you want to help build up your immune system, colostrum is a wonderful product. And Jeff Evers is one of the few people I've ever seen that gives us options where you can be able to get a health and wellness product that is a significant product for as little as $12.50. So again, this has been designed so that anybody can start to get involved and be able to get access to products that can improve their health, improve their wealth, and give them more peace of mind. A lot of our members have been really excited about the healthy coffee we have, iPrime Java. There's other coffees that are similar to it out there in the field. This one actually has things like mangosteen, Ganoderma, which is a reishi mushroom. These are all health promoting things that are included in the coffee. And many of the people on this call right now absolutely love the coffee. They say it's much smoother coffee than a lot of things they've had. You get a lot of antioxidants, B vitamins, all of these kinds of things out of this coffee. And once again, you get down here, you'll see that Jeff has set it up again that you can get your hands on some of this healthy coffee for as little as $12.50. Some people choose 25, but it's nice to know that we have options that don't break the bank for people that want to learn how to start to build residual income but may not have a lot of funds to get started. So we talk a lot on this program about iWebAtool, the lead capture page. If you're not familiar with this, this is a tool that every small business owner out there really could use, because it's all about helping people to be able to find the prospects and be able to have a relationship, build a relationship with them. I love this particular place because, you know, it's not a difficult system to use. You can build an email list where you can stay in touch with people. You've got a lead capture page that allows you to be able to get more prospects. All of these things, again, for that big $12.50 a month. So, and I wanted to make mention, because I got a chance to spend some time this week with Joe Shoup. And I just want to make sure that you guys who've got iWebAtool know, if you haven't taken a look at inside your iWebAtool, if you haven't looked at this one yet, 0002, you really might want to take a look at it and just understand this is the 0002 website that we have in our iWebAtool. We have over 30 different websites we can be utilizing for that one $12.50 a month price tag. So this one is awesome though, because I did not even realize it at first, but this particular 1.5-minute video does a great job of explaining to people how they can use iWebAtool to build their business, as well as to make it an additional stream of residual income. So if there's other people out here who are home-based business people, anybody who's in small business of any kind, this is a really, really good, the 002, you can see it right there, is a really good website to be able to show people and just let them know that, hey, this is about this tool. And when they put their name, their email, and their phone number in there, they get additional information about the system. So this is good. Definitely recommend that everybody take a look at that. All right. I'm going to take just a short breath. Anybody have any questions? I know I'm moving really quick.
No, you're doing very well, Shan.
Thank you, sir. All right. Well, I wanted to kind of put some focus tonight on the idea of whether you know, there's different ways that people function when they're out here looking to build a business like this. And one of the ways that I've always heard it talked about is, are you a hunter or are you a gatherer? And there's nothing wrong. There's really no right or wrong in the whole idea, but it's pretty much the way that it sounds. A hunter is somebody who's on the hunt. They're looking for those prospects. They're taking action. They're going out here and talking to as many people as they can to try to find people to be able to build their business. A gatherer is somebody who's much more into sowing seeds, tilling the soil, seeing what starts to grow, building those relationships over time, and then being able to go out there and pluck the fruit or pluck the vegetables right off the vine. So, you know, you can go about this kind of business either way. The hunters, I think, from what I've seen, oftentimes tend to move a little more quickly in their business building. But the gatherers, you know, if they are good relationship builders and they take some time to put that together, they can end up doing some phenomenal things by building some key relationships, being able to build some key strategic alliances is what I like to call them. So just understand there are two different trains of thought, two different methodologies that you can go about using to be able to build a business. And I don't consider either one to be right or wrong. You just need to be aware for yourself what works the best for you. How do you see yourself being able to get the best results? Because that's what it all comes down to. Doesn't matter what tools you're using, doesn't matter what methodology you're using. If you're not getting results, then you need to be fine-tuning and changing some things so that you can start to get some better results. So I wanted to bring this up again too. So I brought this little image up a few weeks ago, and I think it helps a lot of people to get a little more clear about some of the things I'm talking about. And one of the things I wanted to mention, if you guys haven't connected with Joe Shoup and the training that he does on how to communicate with people that you've received as leads for being able to build your team, he has a phenomenal class, and I definitely feel good about it. Definitely encourage you to check it out and to see if it's something that makes sense for you. Because here's the big thing that Joe talks about that a lot of people don't talk about. And this is huge. He talks about people looking for people to manage a business. And most of the time in network marketing, a lot of people don't think of themselves as managers. But if you are sitting here, and we talked about this before, if you're sitting here self-employed, you own a job, if all you're doing is selling products, if all you're doing is selling the travel program, selling the coffee, selling whatever, then you really are still trading your time for money. You are more in the self-employed quadrant. If you really want to get to the place of building the residual income and being the business owner, you need to start to think of yourself as a manager of people. And that your job is to figure out, are some of the people you're working with people that are worthy of your time? You know, you want to bring people in who want to also be managers of a business, because this is where you start to really build the income and be able to duplicate or replicate yourself, is by teaching other people how to also become managers. And you know, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about that in recent years, so I was really happy to spend some time with Joe and to hear about some of that philosophy. So that's a big thing. Are you just out here to sell products and still keep kind of trading your time for money, or are you looking to become a manager that's teaching other people how to become a manager and being able to get them to a place of effectively building a team? That's where the power is. That's where many of you have told me that you want to be able to build and have that ongoing residual income stream. So again, I'm not going to go into details about Joe's class, but check it out if you haven't, because I think it's really got some valuable information in there for you. So tonight I was asked to talk a little bit more about meetup groups, because that's me. I'm trying to get better in the online business building world, and I'm doing a whole lot of training myself right now. But I have always been much more comfortable in the face-to-face, out here meeting people and just trying to get a sense of who they are and whether or not, you know, they might somehow fit into my world in terms of one of my teams. Because some of you know I actually have multiple teams that I'm building for multiple reasons, and so I have lots of options that I can share with people. But the biggie is, we started talking about Meetup somewhat last week, and some people got a little excited about it, and it was really funny because right after we talked about this, I got an email, or I saw something on Facebook that was inviting me to free training about how to utilize Meetup in a good way to help you build teams. And I just thought that was so funny. So I turned around and I emailed that link off to some other people and just said, look, I'm going to go through this training because I want to figure out, I want to see what I don't know that I don't know about Meetup. Because I've been working with Meetup for a while now, and I've had this group going on. And this is one very unique type of group because a lot of the folks who are in this group, they're small business people, but they're also independent thinkers that would like to see, some major changes in how our whole political systems work. So that's what's kind of unique about this group. But here was the other thing that was funny that happened. Right after I went through the training, I also ended up with an opportunity to take over another Meetup group. And so today, not only did I go and take that free class, but today I got to experiment with some of the things that the class was talking about. And so I wanted to just share a little bit of that with you, because if you decided that you wanted to start up a Meetup group as a way to meet other people who might become part of your business activities, you've got to be aware of several things. First of all, there's 3 different types of Meetup groups that you could consider starting. One would be something that was more product focused. So just say, we've got some health and wellness products here. We also got travel here. So travel's a great one to talk about. So if you wanted to be product focused, you could consider starting up a Meetup group that was just about travel and inviting people to come and join that Meetup group. Travel's a popular thing out here, and especially on Meetup. So it's not a real tough thing to get people to sign up for a Meetup group that's about travel. But let's face it, that's product focused. Another piece of it that you could do is you could make it a business networking group. That's kind of what this is, but I've also got this other one I've been handed now that's actually a business networking group for women. Well, the good news there is everybody in that group already thinks like an entrepreneur. You don't have to try to train people to think entrepreneurially. And so, in that case, you might stand a decent chance to find some folks that would be interested in the business opportunity side of things. And then, of course, you can always have a Meetup that's more target market focused, more about the people you're looking for. So if you had decided that in your program that what you really would like to target is, working with baby boomers, Lord knows baby boomers are getting ready to retire if they haven't already, and they might be looking for travel, and they might look for other things to do with their time. So you could create a Meetup group that's just targeting baby boomers. So just be aware that depending on who you're looking for and what you want to focus on, there are different kinds of Meetup groups that you could create. And so today was really kind of cool for me because part of what they talked about in this training is, if you're going to go down this path, you're definitely becoming a gatherer at this point. You're going to take the time to get to know some people, to build some relationships, to get them to a place where they trust you. So that when you're talking to them about something you're doing, they actually will listen because they've gotten to know you, like you, and trust you. And so it is very much about a gatherer rather than a hunter kind of situation. Because if you start up a Meetup group and you say that it's a networking group, but all that you're doing with it is highlighting, your business opportunity, as the main function of the Meetup group, then people start to feel like this is some kind of bait and switch, and they're not really excited about it, and they may not come back. You have to be attuned to getting a better understanding of what your Meetup people want and giving them things that they want, while at the same time building that know, like, and trust relationship that will allow you to, go meet with them one-on-one and share with them at that point in time what you do as you're learning more about them. And then you can see whether or not that you guys might be a good match for working together in some way, shape, or form. But here's the secret sauce, I think, to the whole idea of the Meetup group. I thought it was a great idea, and so I did it today. And basically, they said if you were putting together a meetup group and your interest really was in finding prospects that might actually join your program, the best thing you can do is create an interest form. And as part of that first meeting, be able to have them fill out the interest form, and you need to give them, questions that are yes or no questions, or answering something on a scale of 1 to 10, trying to get information from them that, first of all, allows you to better serve them, because that's what Meetup is all about, but it's also about giving you information about if they might actually be interested in any of your products or services. So as an example, and I don't know what I did with my, oh, there they are, right here. So as an example today, when I went to, because I got the opportunity, and this just landed in my lap, that somebody called me up and said, I need to step down from my Meetup group. It's all about women business owners. There's 600 or 700 people already part of the group. Would you like it? And I was like, wow, okay. So today was the first day that I actually chaired that. And so what I did was I was trying to get some ideas. I knew that this group was women business owners. They already think entrepreneurially, but I also already knew there was somebody there who was a travel agent. So I knew I couldn't go in and step all over her. So what I did was I said, all right, here's my interest form. And, I asked them, if they wanted to continue the kind of format that the meeting had been going in previously, asked them if they wanted to do something evenings and mornings, since this was just being done at lunch, things of that nature. But then I said, okay, so if we were going to include some kind of mini workshops or hands-on experiences in some of these meetings, please rate on a scale of 1 to 10, which of the following topics would be least or most interesting to you? Well, guess what? I put on here as a couple of things, online marketing skills. And every single person circled that as a 10. Do you not think that this is a group that might appreciate iWebiTool?
Yeah.
So, and I'm also into the whole personal branding side of marketing as well, because I truly believe that one of the things that kicks network marketing in the teeth is that everybody looks too much alike. And so if you create your own personal brand that goes along with what you're doing in your business, now, if you walk into a room with 20 Legal Shield people, but one of them has one kind of a brand that, hey, I'm all about serving veterans. Somebody else might have a different kind of brand, For me, when I'm out here talking, and what I told these ladies today was, I said, yes, I'm a network marketer, but I have a very different reason for being here. I'm here because my why is that I want to be out here helping more wealth-challenged people to learn about this kind of business and to develop the skills to build their own residual income. So I'm pretty unique out here. They were all blown away. They're like, wow, I've never heard of anybody with a mission like that. But that's my personal brand. So when I talk about personal branding, I talk about living your song. Well, guess what? If I go back through these interest forms again, everybody rated that as a 9 or a 10 in terms of an interest. So right there, I have people who have already said, yes, Cheyenne, I'm interested in learning more about online marketing. Yes, I'm interested in personal branding. And so now I know that I've got prospects here for iClub Biz. I'm not going to go and dump that on their head immediately, in no way, shape, or form. But I do know that as I start to meet with them one-on-one, I'm going to be asking more questions and seeing if I can get them engaged in iWebiTool. Makes sense?
Yes, it does, Shan. Wow.
So I got 6 strong leads today for iClub Biz by chairing a meeting for an hour and a half.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, Meetup Groups is a gold mine. I've always said that. You've always told me about it.
Yeah, but just trying to get you to get out there and go to some has been a real challenge. So anyways, we try to keep this as about a half hour kind of get together. But anybody have any questions or comments about this? I'm very much I very much believe in the online world, but I believe when we get a nice balance, a nice mix of online and offline marketing, we stand a much better chance of finding some good prospects that'll stick and stay with us. And I was really excited after the meeting today, because I was like, yes, how often do you get to go to some training, and within 4 or 5 days you get to actually utilize it, and then you see some wonderful type results come out of it. It doesn't get any better than that, folks.
Wow, that is amazing, Shan.
All right. Any other questions, comments?
No, I think you covered it quite well, Shan. I mean, iClub Biz is a workable opportunity. Anybody can do it. Like you said, if you ain't got a lot of money, you can still come in and build a business and build it up to where you got money. You know what I mean? So it doesn't take a lot to start a business nowadays.
That is true. That is true. And just remember, too, I like to make sure that I mention this. With things like the travel, and I believe it's also true with iWebAtool, there is a difference in how we get paid, whether you're using iWebAtool or not. So if you're not on iWebAtool, I encourage you to get on iWebAtool, because if you find somebody who's interested in, say, the travel program, if you send them to your ExtremeSavingsTravelClub.com page, which you can access through, I think through here. I don't remember for sure, but at the moment, if you send them straight to Extreme Savings Travel Club, you only make $2.50 on that $25 sale. But if you send them to one of your lead capture pages that's there specifically for the travel club, and let them go through there to purchase, you make $10.
Bucks.
So that is part of how Jeff has set this up, to encourage more people to use iWebAtool. So remember that, and if you're not on it, you might want to consider it. Okay?
It is a good tool for sure, because that $10 that add up, and then everything else that adds up within the whole organization, it's like, wow. You really big money once you get the team growing.